Why did I create the world's largest list of Flintstones characters? For exactly this purpose, so I could brag about it today on Zippy Point.
Quick Zips by Zippy Point.
Quick and dirty. I'm Brock Romanek, and I'm a big fan of yous. So about a decade ago, I wrote up a world's largest list of Flintstones characters. It wasn't easy to do, a painstaking process where I had to go through all the episodes from the original series, 1960 to 1966. Each episode had one or two special guest characters with one of those satirical names, a play on the prehistoric times of its era, the Stone Age, tied with an ironic twist to modern times. And that's what I loved about the show so much. It was one of the first smart series in which it found humor in the small stuff, the prehistoric animals talking, saying something when you least expected it, speaking the truth about its situation, a saber-toothed tiger being used as a vacuum cleaner and suddenly voicing its displeasure about the situation. Of course, the main characters were so lovable, as well as many of the special guests, including the many reoccurring ones. Who could forget the Great Gazoo, Arnold the Paperboy? Well, you might forget if you're a tad younger than me. Anyway, it's not like I watched the show religiously as a child. We only had one TV in our house, the norm back then, and it was a black and white number in my parents' bedroom. So I didn't have easy access to it. Plus, I didn't get to watch Saturday morning TV. That's when the cartoons were on, because I had a newspaper route starting in 5th grade. The route was in the afternoon after school on weekdays. This is back when major cities had both morning and afternoon papers. I grew up in Chicago, and the Daily News was a morning paper on Saturdays, no paper on Sundays. But by the time I was in the age of 10 to 11, that range, the Flintstones was off the air and in reruns at night. It was an adult show, even though it was a cartoon. And if you haven't seen the original series from the 1960s, you really should check it out. It's still as smart and funny today as it was back then. They've done about 10 reboots of it over the years. I haven't seen any of those, but I imagine it's as smart and witty as any of the originals, but maybe not. You let me know. Anyway, you get to an age where you start wondering what mark you've left on the world. And I decided about a decade ago to make my indelible imprint on the world would be the world's largest list of Flintstones characters. So I invested the time and concocted the list. As you can see from the list, a lot of the special guests were plays on the names of the Hollywood stars at the time. And Margrock, Dr. Len Frankenstone, Perry Masonry, Rock Hudstone, Stoney Curtis. They even had a crossover event when Yogi Bear and Boo Boo appeared on an episode. Then I took this concept a step further and created this evergreen crowdsourcing contest where people could rate their favorite Flintstones character. So far there have been over 10,000 votes. The results are disappointing to me. The men, Fred and Barney, ahead of the women, Betty and Wilma, who are ahead of the dog, Dino, and the kids, Bam Bam and Pebbles. I would have thought it would have been all in reverse. At least my favorite character, an obscure guy who says, yeah, I'm hip, on an episode, didn't fare too badly. 14th place out of 30 possible. Let me know what you think.